Hi everybody, I'm testing out the camera on a laptop that I borrowed from my roommate, and the quality looks like crap on here. I apologize, the pixels are crappy, but I figured I would do a video. I don't have my laptop right now, so that's why I haven't been around on YouTube. I apologize to everybody. My laptop broke. Let's see, I just got it in November, so about 3 weeks ago, it kept crashing, like intermittently, like it wasn't like continually. And so I did an update, did all kinds of stuff. Well then, probably about 2 weekends ago, I was going to go and try to do a live stream on a different platform, and it completely shut down, and then it started getting really hot and making noises, and it was more than the fan. I think it was the hard drive. And mind you, I'm still paying the laptop off on my credit card, so it's under warranty luckily, but the problem is you have to bring it to Best Buy, and then they send it to Dell, because it's a Dell. So now I wait. They sent me a message on email saying that they're working on it and fixing the problem, so I'm apparently assuming that they figured out what the issue is. So I figured I would do a couple readings, try to record a couple videos today to keep my mind busy, because we're going through the hurricane right now. Right now it's a little quiet. I have a feeling that in a little bit it might be heavy again. It was heavy a little while ago. The rain was so heavy and the wind. I was cleaning in the kitchen and I didn't even hear because I had the music playing. What I do is I usually play the music channel in my living room on the TV. And I listened to the music, and I was cleaning up the dishwasher and the dishes, feeding the dogs, doing typical chores. Sorry, I'm trying to move the camera so you can see me. Let me see if this works. Hold on. I think I'm going to try to move this. I have you guys sitting. Let's see if that works. I'm trying to put it so that you guys can see some of the cards when I put them up. So let's see if we can do it this way. How about this? Let's see if that works. There, that's better. So anyways, if you hear my phone beeping, I apologize, but I don't want to leave the ringer off because people keep checking on me. So anyways, right now it's a lull. There's not much going on, luckily, but earlier, like I said, I was doing the dishes and the laundry and trying to do a bunch of stuff, and the lights kept flickering, and then the power went out for a second and came back up, so the TV went off. So I went around and shut off all the fish tanks, because I have bettas and the snails, and shut off all the fish tanks, shut off the fan and the light in the spare room. I have only the lamp in here, that's why it's dark, and my fan going, my ceiling fan and my fan going. So, and I've been charging. I'm charging my tablet now. My phone is fully charged. So I figured while I'm sitting here, like I said, I'd do a reading. So, what I'm going to do is, don't mind me, give me 1 second. I'm going to look up the signs, and I'm going to go through the signs for you. My friend just sent a video of the wind. Let's see, astrology signs. I'm going to pull up all the signs for y'all and do them in order. I already did Leo, so I'm just going to go through. My friend she lives on the water. She said it's really, really windy, and the sky is really, really, really intense. So anyways, we're going to do, let's see, I clicked on the wrong thing. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry. I should have been prepared before I did the video. So I did Leo. If you go and look, I did Leo recently. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in order and just do a couple cards for each sign, so that we could do we'll call it the weekly astrology readings for all the signs. And what I'll do is I will go through each one. So this will probably be a longer video. And then what I'll do is I'll go back, check it, and hopefully I can figure out how to timestamp it for you. So we're going to go in order of beginning in, well, let's see, January. But you know what? I'll do from what I see in here. So I'll do Aries first. So the deck I'm going to use is, it's called the Elf deck. which all you know, I'm part Irish. It's the elves, Tarot of the Elves. Let's see, I need to move this so you can see. Bring the camera back up so I can see that. Tarot of the Elves. This is actually a deck that I probably have only used twice. So I'm excited to use it. This is what it looks like. It's actually really, really cool looking. You see the purple? It's purple, gold, and black, and copper. I should probably turn the light on, but I'm afraid the lights will flicker again because of the power. So I'm sorry it's so dark. So I'm shuffling that deck, and then I'm probably going to use, if I have any questions or need clarifications on this deck, I have what I call the fairy deck, which I think is probably the best deck to use with the elf deck, and that's this one. And then if we have any questions or anything that I need answers for, I'm going to use the deck that my friend Amy purchased for me on my wish list on Amazon, the magic one. So we'll go with Aries first. So let's see what we have for Aries. And like I said, I'm not going to shut my ringer off, so if you hear beeping, I apologize. I just want to make sure people aren't panicking. My dad, I'm assuming, will probably text me just to check on me, just to see how I'm doing, but that's... Anyways. So, Aries, what do we have for you? We'll say for July, for the remaining of July. Now, just so you know, if you go and look at any of my readings, it's not time sensitive. However, I'm going to ask and see. So this could be within the next 2 weeks of July. But with my readings, they tend to be further out. And the only time I get specific dates is if Spirit tells me that. So I am going to say this is a reading that I'm doing in July. However, it doesn't necessarily mean it's the next 2 weeks. I would say probably my readings are usually 6 months to a year out. And I will tell you if the cards tell me anything different. I'm not a tarot reader. I'm a medium. I read through Spirit, and I only use the cards for symbolism, so I'm not going to be like other readers you've seen probably with all the arcana and what they mean. I don't go by that, so just so you know. Anyways, let's see what we got for you. These cards are so cool. Like, seriously, some of them are very bright, and other ones are so dark of cards that it's really weird. Like, I'll show you in a minute. So, let's see what we have for Aries first, and then we'll go to the next sign. And I'll show you. Alright, Aries. So the first card we pulled is there's something for you, Aries, that's currently going on that's troubling you. If you notice the symbolism of the elf who's looking at the grave, this is a grave, and they're staring at it, and they're looking at it in, looks like sadness. So I want to say someone, Aries, is missing someone that passed away in the last year and a half, or it could be, they're saying, okay, so they're coming through and saying there's 2 people watching this video, or who will watch this video, that had someone recently pass within the last 3 months. So if we're in July, the last 3 months. And then there's quite a few people that are coming through that have lost somebody in the last year, and they're having trouble with the grief, which is common when you lose somebody close, right? A friend, a family, or even a pet, a fur child. Because my dogs are my children, so I mean, if they die, when they die, it's going to be like a kid, right? So just know that in your grief that life is not the end. And I know that's really hard for a lot of people to grasp with death, but life is not the end. And just know that your loved ones or friends or family or fur children are around you after they pass. We're all made of energy. I know that's weird for some people to understand that concept, but some people can find comfort in that. I know with me, I've lost a lot of people in my life, and you know, because I have that connection to the other side, I find comfort in that. Now the next card, I'm going to show it to you, and then I will explain to you what it means. It's kind of an intense card. Actually, you know what? Give me a second. I'm going to turn the light on since the storm seems a little quiet right now. Let's see if you can see better. The dog's like, Pugsley, my dog. He's like, what the hell? Oh yeah, the camera's a little bit better. He's like, why did you turn the light on? But I think it'll be easier for you all to see the cards. So give me 1 second. I'm gonna situate my legs. Alright, so Here we go. So this is the card. I hope you could see it. So you see this woman. Do you see what's going on? I hope you could see it. It's a beautiful card. However, when you first look at it, you look at the card and it's a child. At first, when you look at it really quick, not to be disgusting, but it does look like bondage, right? But it's not. It's actually a child sitting on the floor. And the child is sitting on the floor with their hands tied like this. That's where the bondage comes from. Now, this is someone who has a lot of childhood traumatic energy that they've been dealing with. And recently it came to the surface. And not everyone can deal with that very well. I also like to compare it with my situation, comparing the shadow self with your regular self, right? The light and the dark. What happens is when you start to have these memories of childhood trauma, sometimes we don't want to deal with them, so we shove them down right into our subconscious. But what happens with that is when we go to sleep, or when we're like half in the sleep, half not in sleep, what happens is it starts to come back because the universe, or whatever belief system you have, wants you to work through that, because the only way that you can continue on with your purpose in life, whatever that may be, because everyone's different and unique, the only way you can do that is if you heal those scars from childhood, which I've had to learn the really, really hard way. So whoever this is I'm speaking to in Aries, there's one particular or two particular people that this card applies to. Know that I know it's a scary thing to do. However, I've pushed through a lot of stuff, and you all can push through a lot of stuff too. You just have to realize that that things will work out the way they're meant to be. So even though you're working through this trauma, I believe that it'll be positive. So yeah. And then the third card for you, Aries, is, it looks like an event. I want to say 2 people. So you might have gotten an invitation for either a wedding, a reception of some sort, something that has 2 of you going, meaning you and your spouse, you and your other half, you and your significant other. And the 2 of you both are very close to the person that invited you to this event. And I want to say it happened. If it already happened, it happened in the past 6 months. If it hasn't happened already, it will happen in the next 6 months. And it could be, I have a strong feeling, Spirit showing me, so I'm a huge Tolkien fan, right? Lord of the Rings, I bring that up sometimes in my readings. They're showing me the event of the cheer and the dancing in Lord of the Rings when the hobbits were... when Sam was watching Rosie, who he was secretly in love with, when she was dancing and the music and they were drinking mead and all that in the bar. That's what I see. I see like a joyful occasion, and then it flashes me to the very end of the what is it called? The Return of the King, where Sam actually marries her, right? And they show them with people throwing stuff at them, and she has their wedding gown and all that. So that's what I feel with that card. So that's for Aries. Now for Aries, those are the 3 cards I chose for you. I'm actually going to pull a question card from the new deck that Amy got me. Thank you, Amy. So if you're interested in donating, I have a wish list on Amazon for some cards. I have Oracle and Tarot decks on there. If you're interested, I'll put the link below. And it's anonymous if you want it to be. So these cards are really cool. I'm so glad they were on my wish list. So they have this really cool emblem on the outside. So we're going to ask a question, and they're small. They fit right in my hand. I'm going to ask a question for Aries. Please show me a card that pertains to Aries reading. And usually Spirit's pretty on with these question cards. The other ones that I use, the question cards, they're by Hicks. They're actually really accurate. So let's see what this says for Aries. I'm going to pull one card from the deck and see what it says. Alright, here we go, Aries. Yeah, it's much better with the light on. Successful career, a happy working environment, pay rises, and promotions. So it looks like for your job, whatever that may be, or something that you're making money from, because it might not be just a typical 9-to-5 job, you're going to have success. Either you're going to get a raise or a promotion, or maybe you'll move to another department, which, you know, usually means a raise or a change in pay. So that's a good one. So now I'm going to shuffle. Talk much, Chris. I'm going to shuffle the deck for the next reading, which is going to be Taurus. So Taurus is out there. We're going to shuffle the deck. Let me show you this deck. Since I have the light on now, you can see the beauty, and look at that. That purple just sticks out. I love purple. Purple's one of my favorite colors. Okay, so let's see. What do we have for Taurus from Spirit? Alright, Taurus. It's funny, this is the second time I've shuffled, right? I shuffled for Aries and now Taurus, and usually cards... Well, I spoke too soon. Usually cards fall out. Oh, too funny. I had 2 cards fall out, but I was just going to say cards usually fall out and they haven't fall out yet, and I shouldn't have. I jinxed myself. So I pulled 2 cards that fell out for you, and I'll pull another card, and then we'll be good to go. Oh, the universe gave me the 3rd card. So let's see what we have for you, Taurus. So Taurus, first card that I see for you is, it looks like, let's see, I'm going to show it to you. Oh, let's see if you can see it. So this looks like this is you, Taurus, okay? So you, and I don't mean this in a negative way, I don't have any judgment towards anyone, but Taurus, it looks like you have a very big ego lately. Something is going on in your life that you are letting your ego grow, and you're not aware of it. But when you get that small little voice in your head that says it or gives you a warning, you're kind of ignoring it and like, whatever, like, you don't care. You're being extremely selfish in your relationship, whether it's a romantic or a friendship. I feel that. I see that. And you've been extremely frivolous. No, is frivolous the right word? They're showing me, so what they're showing me is, so you can understand, they're showing me money, right? Money like this, and then they're showing me you purchasing things. So what it means is you're spending irresponsibly, but you don't care because you have the money to do so. So you're just being irresponsible and just getting things just because you can. But your ego is way out there. So I feel like maybe you're in a relationship, Taurus, or your relationship is rocky right now, and you're letting other people, and whether you're male or female, you're letting other people make you have a bigger, ego. And so it's making it's like a kind of a rift in your relationship. And it's not necessarily like you're in a relationship. You could be single. It could be causing a rift with friends. Because, when people's egos get like that, it can cause friction in friendships, not just relationships, not just romantic relationships. So you got to watch that. Yeah. Some people do that. I mean, it happens. I also feel like this is you as well. So I want to show you the card first and then explain to you what they're showing me. So this is a child with someone holding them at bay, and then someone trying to plead with them not to hurt the child, right? This is someone around you that's trying to keep you from hurting your friends. I think it's someone who's maybe to the right of you, which could be a brother or sister, an aunt or an uncle is usually why they show me to the side of you, or a cousin. And they're trying to give you advice, but your ego here, is getting the best of you, and you are kind of sniding off and ignoring them, or not answering their calls, or being rude, basically. And I'm sorry, but it's because you have something going on with yourself right now that your ego is this way. I'm going to have to ask a question card for that to see what happens. And then it looks like you actually, I'd say within the next, let's see, we're in July. They're showing me, I want to say September, because for me, fall is September where I'm from. Not where I am living now, but So they're showing me the leaves when the leaves start to change color and they fall from the trees. So wherever you are, Taurus, when that happens is when this is going to happen. And this is an event of something, a proposal of something. It could be a job, it could be a relationship, an engagement, a marriage. I don't see children born or anything like that, pregnancies, but I see like an event, like a binding thing. So what that usually means to me is, you know, because I don't traditionally see marriage as, I see binding, like pagan binding, hand fasting, where people come together. So it's not necessarily always that piece of paper when you get married. I hope that makes sense. But that's what I feel. That's what I see. Some kind of binding contract of some sort, or binding, something binding. I hope that makes sense. So I'm going to pull a question card for you, because I feel like with your ego being this way, something either triggered it, or you have old energy or something, or someone around you where you feel like you need to be, like your ego needs to be that way, or I'm not really sure. Now, if this card, I'm going to use the smaller deck, if it doesn't give me an answer to the ego question, I will go to the fairy deck. So let's see. The dogs finally passed out. The weather's been freaking them out. Wednesday was my little rat terrier. She's like 14 pounds, 15 pounds. She's stuck right under the bed here. And Pugsley's been like right on the bed with me. He won't. And when I went in the kitchen to cook, they were like freaking out where I was. So hopefully it won't be bad. All right. So for you, Taurus, wow. So you need to ground yourself. So this ego thing, I'm going to explain to you what this means. It brought up the water card for you. One of the elements, right? The water card, basically, it says, work with the element for water for healing, purification, and reinforcement. So this is reinforcing what I was telling you. There's something from your past that recently came to fruition, meaning it came to the surface again. Here we go with the surface. They're showing me the ocean, the water, right? And the surface. Like when people throw trash or, you know, throw stuff in the ocean and it comes up because of storms like what's going on here in Louisiana right now. And you see this stuff come to the top. That's what's happening. So your way of dealing with it, Taurus, is instead of embracing it, which a lot of people don't. I'm guilty of that as well. But instead of embracing it, you're letting your ego. You're doing stuff that's keeping your mind busy and off of it, like pushing it aside and letting your ego come through. So they're telling me for you to cut it out and to ground yourself and to get back to earth and accept it and move on, because you're going to be hurting a lot of people with your ego. So yeah, that's an interesting one, because usually I get positive, but it just seems like you're going through something that you just won't accept, whatever it is, and that's why the ego issue's happening. So hopefully that'll clear out. I think they're showing me if you do accept it and you do embrace it, you can release that energy and have a higher vibration in the next year or so, but it's going to be rough for a while. So, yeah. So the next one is Gemini. Gemini. And that's, I'm going to shuffle the deck very well since I've already done 2 readings. I need a drink in a minute. Alright, so let's see. I did say Gemini, right? Yes, Gemini. Just want to make sure. Sometimes I say the wrong name and I don't mean that. So Gemini, what do we have for Gemini? Gemini is what I usually, because I'm Cancer, right? So I usually resonate with Cancer, right? The readings, but sometimes it's Gemini. It just depends. So, here we go. Gemini. What do we have for Gemini? We're going to pick 3 cards again. So we got 1. Ooh, that's a pretty card. 2. Another really cool, colorful card. And 3. Ah, nice. So Gemini. Ooh, I see some really cool stuff in here. So let's see. Looks like you have 2 positive things going on, Gemini. I feel like there's a picture here of water. Okay, I'm going to show it to you. Right? You see the cup is full with water and how happy the people are. I hope you could see that. Yeah, there you go. Right? So I feel like even though they're like, oh no, it's going to fall, right? They have that concerned look on their face. I feel like it goes coinciding with this card. This is a card of Bountiful, right? That she's bringing something somewhere. It looks like a rune, which is really beautiful. She's bringing this somewhere, and there's a lot of symbolism in this card. I mean, there's the green around her and the beautiful dress, and her hair is up, and the rune, and she's bringing this somewhere, which I feel like for you, Gemini, I feel like money. This is money. You're going to come into money of some sort that you didn't know you had, and it might not be a huge sum of money, and it could be a huge sum of money for some of you, but it's a sum of money that you didn't have before that maybe will help you with either a vacation or something that you've been wanting to purchase, or yeah, let's see what else. Sorry, I have to move this because I keep kicking it. There, that's better. So that's what that means. So I see money coming into your life. I would say if I was to ask them for a time frame, I would say probably in the next 8 months or so. Now, what's not funny, but I'm not surprised. This is the card that came out after these 2 cards that show the cup falling, but you're really not losing anything. I think that this is telling you, before you saw the Bountiful card with the runes, that you thought that, you know, you're short money, stressing out over money, and then this happens. So then what happens is, and I don't feel this is you, Gemini, I feel this is your spouse, significant other, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever. This person is the strong person in your life, and they encourage you, because at first you're like, and it doesn't have to be a man, it could be male or female. This person's energy is extremely caring and compassionate towards you, Gemini, and I feel like they're trying to encourage you to use the money for something that you would enjoy versus paying bills and stuff. Because what do sometimes when we come into money that we didn't have before? We tend to spend it on things that are necessities instead of enjoying it. At least I know I do that. So that's for Gemini. Gemini, wow, I didn't have any questions or anything for you. Interesting. So now we're going to do Cancer, which is me. And hopefully this reading won't be for me. It'll be for somebody else out there. Because like I said, sometimes I resonate with Gemini. So let's see. They already, 1 card fell out. Joy. Usually the cards are, or the universe is pretty forthcoming for me when I try to do my own readings. You know, if you talk to people that are either readers or whatever, they always say, oh, you can't read yourself, but that's not true. I can always read myself. It's just when you're doing your own deck. I mean, when you're doing your own readings, sometimes subconsciously you're in denial, right? You don't want to see what's in the cards. So it's easier to have someone else who read for you. I hope that makes sense. Well, 1 card already fell out for Cancer, but we're going to pull the other 2 cards. Let's see what we have. Got 1 and 2. So, Cancer. So the first card shows a rune in the ground with a spirit pointing to it. Okay. And you're in the background. That's you, Cancer. This is telling you that you need to ground more. It's basically pretty blunt. I know for me personally, and so I'm relating it to me, Cancers right now are extremely all over the place. Most of them, not all of them. And like I said, this won't always resonate with every person out there that's Cancer. You have to go and look and see where the planet alignments are to see where you stand for your readings. So more grounding. Mother Earth, right? Gaia, connecting with the Earth. And then on top of that, there's 2 people here. There's a gentleman and a female energy. So there's a female energy in the back. There's a male energy in the front. The male energy is sitting on the ground, grounding himself with a butterfly in front of him. The woman, or the female energy, I should say, is in the background looking upon him very, very lovingly, caringly, and I feel like this is a new couple, a new relationship. Someone watching from afar. So if you haven't met this person yet, female or male energy, there's someone who's watching you from afar, who's interested in you. And it could be this already happened, or it could be it will happen. And then the third one is, wow, this one looks like, it reminds me of a pagan hand fasting, even though it's two women, two females in the picture and a male in the background. But as you know, I do energies female and male, but you know, I don't always believe that we all have to be the same, you know, like male and female to be in a relationship. So I feel like this is another event of some sort that has to do with either marriage or coming to, like, bringing a family together. So it could be marriage, it could be a wedding, it could be a proposal, it could be a child, something that's going to bring family together. It's going to bring one set of energy of people with another set. Like, not necessarily like the family, like I don't want to say like one family comes together with another family, but like the energies of, say if it's a person who doesn't have any family, right? It's them bringing the history of their ancestry together with someone else, like that. And that's what that card means. Cancer. So now for Cancer, I'm actually going to pull a question card. So let's see what Spirit wants Cancer to know. Oh, card fell out. I'm not surprised. Wishes come true. Rapid achievement of your dreams and wishes. Cancer. That's a beautiful card. I love the spiritual emblems, sigils. I want to get a tattoo of a symbol that is for protection from the negative entities, negative energy, negative whatever. But I have such a wide variety of belief systems. Like, I believe a little bit of everything, that I don't know what pantheon to take the symbol from. So I'm going to have to look into that. So Cancer, that's your reading. So now we're going to go to Leo. We already did. So Leo, if you're interested, you go to my other video. We're going to skip and go to Virgo. So Virgo, since I already did Leo, let's do you. I'm going to get a drink if you don't mind. I'm thirsty. Okay, Virgo. What do we have in the cards for you this month? Okay. Shuffling the deck. We're using the Elven deck for this. Alright, let's see what we got for you, Virgo. Alright. 3 cards, Virgo. 3 cards. Whew. Virgo, Virgo, Virgo. Alright, while I'm shuffling this deck, I'm going to pause you for a minute because I have to go to the potty, and then I will come back and finish for Virgo. But you guys won't see a pause, but I'm pausing it. Hi everybody, I'm back. Sorry about that. I had an issue with the puppies needing to go out, so I figured while I went to the bathroom, I would take them to the bathroom. So, let's continue. Since I already started shuffling. So we're going to be doing Virgo? No, Libra. Libra. Let's see. or Virgo? Good God, I can't remember. I think it's Virgo. Yeah, Virgo. So Virgo, I'm sorry. Oh, 2 cards just fell out. 3 cards fell out. Holy crap. So, Virgo. Wow. I don't think I've ever gotten this card before for anyone in a reading. So this is a very chilled out, laid back, spiritual person. The reason I had to move is because Pugsley is hogging the bed today. So I'm in my room because with the power keep flickering, I don't want to go in the spare room because there's too much stuff in there right now at my desk. So I'm sitting here. But in a little while, I think because the weather is pretty good right now, I'm going to go in there and clean off the deck and clean off the table and do the rest of the reading. So I'm going to probably stop this at this video and then do another video. So this one is going to be for Aries. What is it? I always get them confused. Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer. We skipped Leo because I already did a Leo reading on my YouTube. We're doing Virgo now, and then we're going to stop this, and then we'll pick up with Libra. So Virgo, we have this. This is you, Virgo. This is spiritual enlightenment. This is grounding. This is being very aware of your surroundings and your life's path. You're extremely intuitive, and you're mostly introvert, but partly extrovert. And I also see you as being a teacher of some sort, and that you're the happiest you've been probably in your entire life right now, and things just are moving very fast for you, and that you're in your heart wanting to share that with someone, but you haven't met them yet. I feel like the spirit is telling me that you probably will meet this person in the next 8 to 14 months, because even though I go by female or male energy, this is the person that you're going to meet. There's someone that is watching you from afar, and I feel like it's social media of some sort that knows of you. And this person's energy is extremely attracted to you both spiritually and physically. And then for this is this card represents your past and things that you've gone through, struggles within yourself. And I don't mean like struggles, depression. I mean like dealing with things that most people don't ever deal with, that you've worked through and gone through, and teaching has helped you to heal it as well. As you know, I always am willing to help people. It's extremely therapeutic for someone like myself to help others. It's easier to help others than to help myself, I guess is the way I want to use it. So you're a teacher and a shaman at heart. I feel that in this card. I have very strong shaman ancestry, I think, in my DNA. So that's why I'm bringing that up. And that you'll continue to have blessings and things going on for you with teaching. And then you will meet that person, like I said, in the time frame that they gave me. So I'm going to pick a question card for you. And then I'm going to end this video and then start another video for the remainder of the signs. Since this video is almost at 40 minutes. So let's see what we have questions for you. Let's see what card comes out for you. Usually, these don't fall out, but the other ones do. Usually. So the one we have is Felix Felicitas. I hope I'm saying that right. Power symbol to create lucky, serendipitous events. So that means, I think this has to do with your teaching. I think you teach, I keep seeing in the computer, social media. However, I think once you get settled to wherever you are, that you're going to be teaching and bringing people together. That's why this card came out. It's basically just a reminder to you that you will get back to that teaching and unsettling. You'll get out of the unsettling new stage with your life the way it is right now, and you will start to do teaching in person, not just online. I also feel like that may be the reason why this person who's been looking from afar, watching you, adoring you, or whatever you want to call it, is going to come out of the woodwork and go to one of maybe your events. And that's what I feel that the cards are trying to tell me. I do hope this short video of these readings has reached someone that can relate to them. I'm grateful for all of you. I think I'm almost at 500. I think I'm at, the last time, I don't really pay attention very much to the subscriber numbers because I think a lot of people pay too much attention to them. But I think I'm at like 470 right now, and I just want to say thank you to all my subscribers. I've met so many really cool people from the UK, Canada, New Zealand, Australia, other parts of the United States, Europe. Just so many very open and very beautiful people. Look for my videos. I have a video coming that I did a little while ago for the deck of the month. And then I also have a video with a Harry Potter item that I received that is really cool from one of my favorite movies, The Half-Blood Prince. I'll also show you, when I show you the Half-Blood Prince item, I'll also show you the wand that I got at Comic-Con. It's my first Harry Potter wand, but it's not an official wand because the official wands are very expensive. So I just felt drawn to this wand, so I purchased it, and I just haven't shown it in my videos. So I hope you all have a blessed day. I'll probably be recording more videos today since the hurricane is here and the sky is extremely bright right now and it's getting loud outside, so I'm assuming that we're going to get the next little band of rain. So thank you so much for the amazing support. Bye!